Okay, I just got cut off from the last video I was recording because this is brand new for me and I'm learning the process. But if you'll bear with me, I'll go back to what I was talking about, and it was how the world and how Americans are visualizing and seeing Trump right now and his family. So, to begin with, they're feeling a tremendous confusion and a lot of disenchantment and disappointment, and a lot of, it feels like they're so sick of it, they wish it would just disappear and vanish. And the news media enhances these challenges with separation. It doesn't matter what program we watch and what news media station we watch, one attacks the other, one fights with the other, and this enhances anxiety, separation, and disconnect, which many people are feeling. And let me talk a little bit about what this individual has created. I'm talking about Trump now. He has created a condition where it's like a cancer, it's like an illness or a disease. And I have had cancer, and I have had thyroid cancer, and saw the cancer cells that were growing in me. I visualized them and asked them to come out and talk to me and show me what they were. And a big black blob with tentacles came out and it began to talk to me. And it was an amazing experience going through the healing. And this is exactly what our country is going through. It's going to go through an enormous healing. It's like, as a whole unified American culture, we have created a kind of disease, an entity that is so big and prominent. It's like in the White House, I see a big black blob with tentacles, and it has to be addressed. We can no longer go along with things in the body of America developing injustices, imbalances, weaknesses, parts of the American body being denigrated and lowered, other parts of the body uplifted and powerful, so that the system, the American body, is out of balance. And what we're seeing now is the chance for this cancerous condition to be viewed, brought out of the White House. I see a giant octopus outside the White House with the tentacles pulling the blackness out, and the octopus is the different branches of the government and the different branches of the Congress and the Senate, not branches but peoples in it, who are able to draw out the cancer that exists in the White House, and all those individuals who are bouncing off each other, who can't even see anymore that they're in a huge problem that has to be addressed. They are sharing energy so much and so insulated they don't even realize they're feeding off each other and increasing the cancer. So this gets to be a very interesting thing to see. And what happens is that the bringing out of the cancer, surgically opening everything up and opening up this growth that is strangling and killing the body of America, it becomes something that can be withdrawn, and America can be healed. It can go through a process of starting at ground zero to analyze the American body. What isn't working? What is working? What needs to be repaired and rehabilitated? What needs to be removed, or what needs to be viewed in a way that it can be like hair, cut off and just released. So we're going to go through this process. It's going to be a long process. I see it lasting as long as a child growing up from 0 to 18 years. And I also see a period where, in addition to what happens in the White House, we have social and financial issues which are going to cause a tremendous amount of trauma. And I would do another video on that which I see occurring in America very soon. But I'll just stick to what I see with Trump, the family, and the reaction and response that has been generated because the cancer was so bad it had to be addressed. We have young people, men and women both, who have entered the Congress, and they have very different ideas and they're full of energy. They aren't the old white guard that was protecting a paradigm that no longer works. This old white guard, a male guard, has been involved and implicated in exactly the same kind of actions that our president has been. They have been taking bribes. They have been manipulating laws so that they have power, medical care, insider trading. That means information. I mean, it's frankly all been illegal and anti-American, and they are going to be removed. Laws are going to be passed now, legislation passed, where it'll take 4 to 8 years, but this country will move into a place where there is medical care, where there are more social systems in place for people, and where the injustices in politicians, because of the kinds of penetration, it's like surgical penetration through technology into the corpus of America, it will all be very different. Everything will be changed. Things will be flushed out. Things that don't work will be taken out and removed. And it's a very, very, very beneficial thing. But of course, initially, like giving birth to children, I've had 2 C-sections. They are not easy. Giving birth initially is not very comfortable, especially if you have an operation. There are birthing pains. There are things that women go through which are, there's a learning curve and no sleep, and kids get sick and they develop all kinds of challenges. And it's same with America, same with the process that we are going through in this country now. We're birthing an entirely new kind of America, and I can only say that it would pay for us to be more involved, to be more cooperative, to have hope, to ripple out instead of criticism and things that are negative. Gratitude and thankfulness that what we see is coming forward, because this is the way we are able to generate change. Every revolution I can think of, French Revolution, American Revolution, the Egyptian Arab Spring, Russian Revolution, they all came with individual populations that were very discontent and very deprived. It's very much like what America is going through now. This tremendous disillusionment with power structures. Young people, 30, 35 years of age, they are very discouraged and disenchanted by the chaos they see, the lack of the ability of our government to function. It is shocking for them, and they want to move away from it. They don't even want to look at it, and they can't even figure out how something is going to be solved. I see young people turning to technology so much, engaging their social media and their internet capability to connect in spite of this overlaying. It looks like a giant McDonald's bridge overlaying their lives and their culture. They are just going to, it's like they take a magic wand and they obliterate it, because it is meaningless to them. It's old, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't speak to them, it doesn't address their needs. I am seeing a population of students with massive debt, student loans. Oh, that is coming to the fore in the next 4 years in such a big way. Something will have to be done there, and there may be, and I see an eventual elimination of all in student loans. It feels like it's all imploding at a point, perhaps 4 to 8 years down the road. It is not sustainable. I see the medical system moving in an entirely different direction because it too is not sustainable. Advances are being made. They're so powerful and rapid and life-sustaining. People need access to these techniques and these wonderful advances. but they need to be able to afford to have access to them. And that seems to be the big challenge right now, is this aging American population that's going to be very reliant on medical care, and how America will address this. These are the big issues that are coming up. And again, I see that the Trump family has been very beneficial. I appreciate, in my way, the role that they have taken on and the awareness that they are bringing very, very powerfully to me, to other Americans, to people who wish to have a much more cooperative, peaceful, functioning world. I look at them and I think, okay, I guess this is what we needed. We couldn't get here without the kind of cancer we needed to create to move into a whole different level of being. And so rather than have disdain, and rather than hate them, and rather than push against them, and rather than see them as bad, I see them as the people that have taken on these roles to implement enormous change in America. And so I'm very hopeful. Our government is undergoing a massive transformation. I see more all-inclusivity. I see elitism decreasing, and I see a flushing out of what heretofore has been a very quiet, hidden underpinning of power, structures of power that are not visible on the surface, that are under the surface, that now are going to become visible. I'm not an alarmist, and I don't believe in conspiracy theories and so forth, but I do believe that for a very, very long time we've had a paradigm where there's been a pyramid, and at the top of the apex something controls the energy, and it trickles out to the rest of the pyramid. And so what I see is a paradigm where the pyramid changes into a beautiful fluxed filled sphere, which operates in a way where it's like gel. You tap one side and it goes through the whole gel, and the other side responds, and there's much more communication and fluidity in this structure which is coming, which is wonderful. And what I was saying was that the apex of the pyramid, the power at the apex, is still virtually unexplored and untapped and unknown. And that is the next evolution and revolution of what is to come. And it's going to be very interesting to see all of this happen in the time that we're alive. And we will be creating a world that's more comfortable for our children, our grandchildren, and all the other creatures and beings in this world. And I'm very happy to share this information that comes through me. And I'm hoping that even if one person can hear this, it's wonderful. So I thank you very much, and I apologize for all the technical challenges I'm having, but eventually, they'll all sort out, and the meat of the message, the body of the message, will get through. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.